problems that I couldn't like get. And if you could go over those two, it's not in 5.2. I think it's in like 3 or 4 point something.
Okay.
All right.
Take
Thank
a
you.
look. I'm gonna go to your account, Sarah. Let's take a look at that together. Yeah, it did very well. Let's see, maybe 5.2. Could be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 5.2. Let's see, try this one 6 times, right? Yeah. 3 times 8. Okay, I see. So here x will be, I'm going to show you how to solve this, right? Yeah, this one is a little bit tricky.
They're talking about the exponents, right?
Exactly. So
Okay.
we gotta simplify first and then basically turn into one exponent with a base 9. That's what we're supposed to do. So here, 3a times 3a will give us 3 to the 2a, right? This one becomes 3 to the 2a over 9b. And now 3 to the 2a will be 3 squared to the a and 9b on the bottom. It's because 3 squared is not 9 to the a over 9 to the b. And then you keep the base 9 and do a minus b. So x equal to a minus b. Make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Good. Okay. Let's start with a little bit of lecture on a new section, right?
Wait, can you do my 2 problems?
Yes.
Sorry. I found it. It's the last 2 in 5.1.
Yeah. What's your first name?
Maya.
Amaya. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, it's problem 5 and 6 and 5.1.
okay. 5.1. Yep. It's 5.1. I see the last couple questions.
Yeah, those really, I couldn't understand them.
Yeah. So this is this one. I'm gonna show you. Screenshot this. You gotta it's like you gotta split it into 3 different elements. First one is a number. You're gonna multiply the by the number. Second one is combine the exponent with base 8 and then combine the exponent with base 8. So negative half times 8 goes together. Times a to negative 3 times a to negative 3. The second exponent. Then b to the a and then b to the negative second on the third. Negative half times 8 becomes 2 going to 8 4 times. 4 over 1 is 4, so it's negative 4. And then the second one is a, combining 3 and negative 3, you get negative 6. For the b, you do a minus 2, 6, right? So it becomes negative 4, a to negative 6, b to the 6. Make a fraction, and then you flip this to the denominator. Becomes negative 4, b to the 6 over a to the 6.
Oh, yeah, I completely went wrong. No. Yeah. I didn't put it the right way, the right form.
Yeah, no problem. So next
Okay,
time
cool.
when you have this, always split out. If it looks very complicated, right?
Yeah.
Break it down to like different parts. Like number goes together, exponent of base A goes together, exponent of base B goes together. That will simplify the procedure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a look at next question. Yeah, this one very similar, right? 2 times -4 will be. No, I'm gonna show you how to solve. So 2 times -4 minus -8. For the x base x, you combine 2 and -7. Then this is -8 times x, 2 minus 7. That's -8 times x 5. But it's not allowed, right? It's going to make a fraction and then flip to the bottom. It's -8 over the fifth.
Oh, okay. I was okay. Okay, I see where I went wrong at.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Yeah. Anybody else have a question before we get started?
Yeah, I actually like just did have a few more on 5.02, but I want to appreciate everyone's time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So back into which question? Sarah. Do you mean this question? Which question do you want me to go over? Sarah.
Oh, she
Okay.
might be talking, but we
Um,
can't hear you.
okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was muted. Number 3 and number 7.
Number 3 and number 7. Yeah. So this is problem. Yeah, problem 3. Sure. So first of all, you're going to expand it on both top and bottom. That's usually will be effective because solving is so, but it's okay. I'm going to show you how to do this. Yeah, here you go. So first of all, you will extend this, right? It's like -4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4. It's minus 16 times 4 is 64. So top is -64. Bottom is -2 cubed. -2 times 2 times 2. It's -8. And square root. So you divide into that 2 negative 10 positive 64 by 8 is 8 squared, that's 64. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, very good. Question 7. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so this one is pretty comprehensive. So first step, you need to screenshot this. And they only want the positive exponent. So after we need to simplify to the end. So here though, so we get this. Yeah, so we're gonna distribute it first, right? 4 to the 6. And so we get 4 to the 6 first times. And yes, x and 3 times 6 will be x and 18. And y 7 times 6 will be 42. That's going to be on the top. And 16 to the third. If you look at that, 16 to the third actually is the same thing as 4 to the 6 because 16 to the third is 16 is 4 squared. The third, right? So it's 4 to 2 times 3 is 6. So that's why these two will cancel each other in a sentence. And then x -6 times 3, -18. Why? -3 times 3, -1. As I mentioned, 16 to the third is something as 4 to the 6. And we're going to cancel that. These two are the same. Same thing, x to the 8, -18 get cancelled. So basically, you have y to the 42 over y to the 9. So it's y42 minus -9. Meaning adding the 42 adding 9 is 51. Y to 52 first power. Make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, no problem. So anybody else have a question? All right, so we're gonna get started on chapter 6. Chapter 6 is mainly about the factoring. I'm gonna give you a little bit of lecture, right? A little bit of the lecture on the factoring stuff. So the whole chapter is about the factoring. So, 6.1, section 6.1 is on the greatest factor by greatest common factor. Yeah, and the greatest common factor, GCF, the greatest. Also the factor by grouping. We call this GCF. And the factoring by grouping. Those are major topics. And let's start with the GCF. So GCF, greatest common factor, is the largest common factor with the greatest coefficient and highest power of variables. Largest common factor with the greatest coefficient. With the greatest. And the highest power of the variable. Let me give you an example. Let's see how we tackle this type of problem. Let's say we got a 3x to the 5 plus 12x squared, and we just going to factor this, right, by GCF. Factor by GCF. Now, first of all, we need to know what is GCF. In this case, we're going to look at 3 and 12. And the largest number goes into both will be 3. And for the exponent, we'll take x to the second, right? Because both of them have x to the second. So that basically is a GCF after we factor by GCF. And if you want to get the remaining terms, you just do 3x to the 5. You can divide it with 3x. To the 5 over 3x squared. Cancel the 3, and then x to the 5 over x squared will be x to the third. So the remaining term will be x cubed. And similarly, for the other one, 12x squared over 3x squared, cancel x squared here. The remaining term is that. So that's basically how we factor by GCF. Any question about this? Let's look at the more, right? And let's say that's 3 terms, 3a e squared plus 16 a squared cubed. And then add 20 a cubed b cubed. Again, we're gonna look for the GCF first. For a 16 and 20, I think all of them, 4 goes into all of them. So 4 is the GCF here from a constant part. And the second part is a cubed, a squared, and then a cubed. Okay, we're gonna take the we're gonna use the lower term, lower exponent, because all of them have it. We want to factor out this common factor, common ones among them. And then b squared, b cubed, and b cubed will take b squared. Again, we're gonna take the one, every one of them has it. The other two has b cubed. This one only has b squared, so that's why we use b squared. And once we factor out this, then we can figure out remaining terms. So again, you can divide it, right? We can divide it. So do this a cubed. If not sure what to put into the parentheses, 4a squared, b squared. And we divide it, right? So a over 4 is 2, a cubed over a squared is a, and b squared get cancelled, so it's 2a left. The remaining term for the first one will be 2a.
Where are you getting the 4 from?
4, right? This 4. So a, you look at a and it's 16 and 20, right? For all three numbers, and 4 going to all of them. 4 is the largest common factor, common terms that go into three numbers.
Okay.
That's why we use 4. Instead of you can use 2, but that's not complete factoring. Although 2 go into all of them, but we're going to use the largest one possible. In this case, it has to be 4. It cannot be 8, right? Because 8 doesn't go into 20 evenly. That's why A doesn't work. So, and then yeah, for the second one, for the second variable part, we always use a lower exponent on the lowest among all three of them. Okay, and then the second term, very similar. We just divide it. So use the second term divided by the common factor. So 16 a squared cubed over 4a squared b squared. Now again, divide into that 16 by 4, that's 4. A squared get cancelled. B cubed over b squared is b, right, to the first. So it's 4b. Second term is 4b. The third term, we do 20 a cubed b cubed over 4a squared b squared. 20 by 4, that's 5. A cubed by a squared is a. B cubed by b squared is b. So it's 5ab. Any question about this? Okay, now let's take a look at the third example here. Very similarly, let's say we have something like 6 cubed y minus 18 squared y squared minus 12x y cubed. And very similar, right? So for 6, 18, and 12, 6 going to all three numbers. 6 is the largest going to all three numbers. So the GCF start with the number will be 6, right? And then for the x, take the lowest exponent, right? This is lowest exponent, x the first. And then for the y, and y, take the lowest exponent, which is 1. And that's how we determine GCF is 6x1. Maybe it's easier to write out the word GCF on the side and then start with the number and gradually move down to the different variables and then get the GCF from there. Now the 6x1 is GCF, so put in the front. Now let's figure out the remaining terms, right? So the first term we do 6x cubed y over 6xy. Cancel the 6, x cubed by x is x squared, cancel the y. So the remaining term is x squared. And the second term, it's not minus, not plus, right? It's going to be minus. So the second one will be minus 18x squared y squared over 6xy. That again, divide to that negative 18 by 6 is negative 3. X squared by x is x. Y squared by y is 1. 3xy minus 3x. Third term, so minus 12xy cubed over 6x. Negative 12 over 6 is negative 2. X cancelled. And then y cubed over y to the first and y squared. The third term is minus 2 y squared. Any question about this? I want you to try some of them. Let's try 3 of them. The first one, factor 3 x squared minus 15x. Second one, factor this 7x cubed minus 42. And the third one, 3a squared b minus 6a cubed b squared 9a cubed b cubed. Let's give it a shot. All right, while you guys doing this, right, let me see if I can get the other screen. Call attendance. Okay, I'm calling attendance right now. Marion,
Here.
Alexandra.
Here.
Okay, okay. And Bianca. Bianca, are you here? No. Mirza. Don't write something. Ashley.
I'm here.
Okay, okay. And Benjamin. Benjamin is here. Kareem. Yeah, right.
I'm here.
Anahi.
Here.
Okay. Maya here. Sarah here. And, Enta. Enta.
Here.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I got everybody on team sheet. You finish yet? Give a couple more minutes.
Did you call me?
Uh, what's your first name?
Sarah?
Sarah, I got you. Yes.
Okay.
Because I mark you and then also Maya as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Okay, let's go over the solution. So first one, the GCF, look at 3 and 15. Um, 3 going to both of them, so get to be 3. X squared, and we take the lower exponent, lower coordinate. So, so GCF will be 3x. So factor of 3x. If you look at the first term, only x remains, right? Second term, we divide to that minus 1. And second one, the GCF, 742. For the 7 and 42, 7 is the common ones. X squared, x cubed, you take x. Here, 7x squared over GCF put in the front. 7x cubed over 7x squared is x. Minus 42x squared over 7x squared is minus 6. And the third one, 3, 6, 9, GCF is 3. A squared, a cube, and a cube. We use a lower exponent, lower power, a squared. B squared and b cube. We use the lower power and b. Now basically, the GCF is 3a squared. And then if you're using 3a squared b over 3a squared b, 1 remains, right? So 1 minus. Let's get a second term. Second term here will be 6a. A cube b squared over 3a squared b. 6 over 3 is 2. A cube over a is a 3 minus 2, right? And b squared over b will be b minus 1. Okay, 2, a, 3. That's going to be the second term, but it's minus, right? Because it's minus. And the third term will be positive sign because it's a plus in front of it. So do 9a cubed b squared over and 3a squared. And then divide with that. With 3a cubed over a squared is a. B squared over b is b. This one, oh, it's a cube. This is 2. So it's a b cubed over b is b squared. Right? So we end up with that 3ab squared. Yep. Any question about this? All right, so let's talk about the next topic. It's called factoring by looking. So most of the time, for factor by grouping, we will have 4 terms. If you see 4 terms, most of the time you're going to do the factor by grouping. So for example, let's say basically group into 2 different 4 terms, group into 2 terms and 2 terms, right? Separate 2 terms. Let me give you an example. Let's say we have ax plus bx and plus ay plus by. So basically, you group the first 2, group the last 2. For the first 2, the GCF is x, the GCF a remains, b remains. Second group, GCF is 1. But again, for these 2 groups, a plus b is the GCF. So a plus b is 5. That's basically, so basically we factor by GCF twice, right? Factor by GCF twice. That's the essence of factoring by grouping. by GCF 2 times. Okay, any question about this? Let's look at another one. Let's say we get 2x squared minus plus 5x minus 2xy minus 5x. So for the first two terms, the GCF is just x. So that's all. Right? And after factor x out, 2x over x is 2x, 2x squared over x is 2x, 5ax over x is 5a. And then the remaining two terms, again, the GCF here, it's going to be just y. The common one is just one. So, but we can factor minus y, right? Because both of them are negative. So we're going to factor by negative y. And we get a 2x remains. And when you divide this by negative y, it becomes positive 5a. Now factor by GCF one more time. This is GCF. Get 2x 5a. And the x remains and minus y remains. Any question about this? All right, so factor by GCF twice, right? That will do it. When should I try this one? I try this one. Let's say we get 380 x, 280, 15 x. That is. All right, let's go over solutions. So for the first two terms, GTF is 8 plus 8, right? So factor out by 8, then we get 3x minus 2. And then the other two terms, the GCF is just 5. So factor out 5, then we get 3x minus 2. And one more time, we get GCF 3x minus 2. Put it in the front. A remains for the first term, plus 5 remains for the second term. Okay. Any question about this? Now let's take a look at okay, I mean, let's go one more, right? Before we take a look at the thing assignments on the what is it? So 6x squared, 3x minus 4x, and 2. Let's factor by GCF. So the first two terms, GCF is for 3 and 6, 3 going to both, so 3. The exponent, the lower power 3x. The factor of 3x. And do 6x squared over 3x, you get 2x. And 3x over 3x is minus 2. Other 2 GCF is just going to be negative 2. So we're going to factor out the negative 2. And negative 4x over negative 2 gives us 2x. Other 2 over negative 2 is negative 1. Now we have another GCF. This is factor by GCF 2x minus 1 and 3x. Any question about this? Let's go back to the book and also let's take a look at the questions there. Section 6.1. We are 6.1 right now. So let's look at this one. Right? Questions, yeah. Yep. Let's start with this one. You guys try this one. Factor by GCF. All right, so here the GCF is For both 14 and then 21, 7 going to 7 is the largest number, largest factor going to both. Factor 6 factor 5, factor 5 reduce factor 5. So GCF is 7 factor 5. Now if you get it, the first term remains will be 2x. Second term will be -3. So 7x to the 5th, 2x minus 3. Any question about this? It will be 7x to the 5th. And that will be 2x.
Wait, how do you get the exponent to the 5th?
Because for x to the 6th, x to the 5th, we're taking the lower power, lower exponent,
Okay.
right? Yeah. Always, right? Use always yeah, the smaller powers. So now let's take a look at problem 2. Let's try problem 2, right? Factor by GCF. Okay, let's go over the solution. So the GCF here, all three numbers, 10, 60, 70, and right, that's a common one. For x cubed, x squared, and x, we use x. The GCF would be 10x. Put in the front, or 10x cubed over 10x. And so the 10x cubed over x is x square here. Second term. We do minus 60x squared over x. Negative 60 over 10 is negative 6. And x squared over x is x. So minus 6x. The last one, minus 70x over 20x. Cancel the x, right? Minus 70 over 10 is 7. So minus 7. Any question about this? So we do 10x x squared minus 6x 7. Let's do it. And let's check the answer. Yeah, it's good. Let's take a look at, so this one is a factor by grouping. That's right. All right, so let's go over solution. First two terms, grouping, right? Group the first two, group the last two. We want to make parentheses. For the first two terms, the GCF is going to be 3y. Take the 3, take the y. The other two terms, GCF is, so let's factor the first two terms. So 3y goes in front, x remains. Last two terms, GCF is going to be 6a. So factor out 6a. Factor GCF by GCF one more time. The common factor is x plus 1, x plus 1. Same time. The 3y plus 6a. And that's basically how we factor by grouping. Any question? 68. Let's do it. Yeah, that's correct answer. Yeah. Let's try one more, right? Try this. Okay, let's go over the solution. First couple terms, the GCF. Five will be 1, and then x cubed, all of them. And this is actually 4 on x cubed, so we take x cubed. Now that's factored by GCF of x cubed. Then x remains, y cubed remains. You can also divide them if you're not sure what to put into the parentheses. 5x cubed. So cancel the 5, x to the 4 over x cubed gives x and y cubed. That's why I put xy cubed inside the parentheses. Second term, 5x cubed or 5x cubed equal to 1. It's adding 1. Here, the last two terms, the GCF, which is going to be 4. So 5 times 4, so the xy cubed, adding 1. Now this is GCF. Now put in the front, y cubed, adding 1. And the first term, 5x cubed remains. Second term, adding 4 remains. Any question? So x, y cubed. One times the other term. 5x cubed plus 4. 5x cubed plus 4. Both parentheses, similar answers, and yeah, it's correct answer. Let's take a look at, we can skip this one, right? So this one, x plus y goes in the front. I do this. Y goes in front, and get a 6x plus 1. Yeah. Factor by GCF one time. Right answer. Yep, you try this one, factor by grouping. Let's go over solution for the first two terms. Okay, the GCF. It's going to be 7x. Take 7, take that. So when you factor 7x, and so we get a remains minus b remains. Last two terms, the GCF is going to be negative 3y. So that we factor out negative 3y, a remains minus b remains. Now factor by GCF one more time. We see GCF, so it's a minus b For the first term, 7x remains, second term minus 3, 1. There's a minus b times 7x minus 3, 1. Okay, now the words, what does that mean? Separate by comma. Oh, they want a factors, so they want a comma in between. They just want those two factors. Okay. But that's the right factoring. But they want to separate those two factors by a comma. Oh, let's take a look at, yeah, let's try this question. We are factor by grouping. Okay, let's go over the solution. First couple terms, the GCF is 2x squared. Let's factor out 2x squared. First term, x remains. Second term, minus 3 remains. Last two terms, GCF is 15. Plus 15, so 15 x minus 3. Now, one more time, I'm going to factor GCF again, right? So this is GCF x minus 3 goes in front, 2x squared plus 3. So that's That's the answer for this. So 2x 2x squared plus 15. That's first in the first box. Second box,
X minus 3.
X minus 3, thanks. X minus 3. Yeah, stupid. Yep, they're both correct, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and then let's talk about another section, which is on section 6.2. It's about a factoring trinomial. Let's look at that. Let me give you a little bit of the demonstration first, before we look at the examples. So 6.2. Section 6.2 is on factoring trinomials. And typically, trinomial means something like ax squared, right, plus bx. Let's see. This is a typical trinomial. Tri means 3 terms, right? So we've got 3 terms here, and then most of them are polynomials, right? They're all polynomials. Each term is a polynomial. That's why it's called trinomials. And I'll start with the very simple ones. I'm going to show you a method which is very effective in terms of finding factoring of trinomials. Example 1. Let's factor, right? Factor completely. Let's say we get something like x squared plus 5x added 6, right? We try to factor this 3 terms. And the method I'm going to show you is this, right? So we break down the first term, x squared by x and x. Now we're going to break down the last term. There are a couple different ways of breaking down 6, right? We could do 2 times 3. We could do 1 times 6. However, in this case, the answer will be 2 times 3 because, as you can see, we still get to secure the middle term, right? If you do 2 and 3, 2 times 3 give us 6, right? We get a last term, 6. The middle term is going to be confirmed by 2 adding 3, 2 plus 3 gives 5. And that's why this is a proper way to factor this. Also, we could do a cross multiply. So do plus 2 times x gives plus 2x, plus 3 times x is adding 3x. Finally, get 5x. Now you see, middle term secured. First term, last term, all 3 terms are secured. That means confirmed. That means we have the right factoring. And so this 2 goes in the first parentheses. This 2 goes in the second parentheses. So here. So we get x plus 2, x plus 3. Okay. And that's how we factor this. Any question about this? Let's try another one, right?
No, but can you stay right there for a second, please?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Thank you.
Sure. And this is a very, very effective method. But still, we're gonna try and error, right? I'm gonna show you a incorrect solution in a second. Let's say you try the other one, right? You did try break down 6 as 1 times 6. Okay, guys, sorry. But I was computer, for some reason, the music is off. So, and then 1 and 6, the other 6. Okay. So if you do that, right, it's still 1 times 6, you still get 6. So first and last term is confirmed, but it's not middle term. You do plus 1 times x is plus 1x, plus 6 times x is adding 6x, but if you combine them, 7x. And that's not good, right? It's not the same as the middle term. That's why this is not good, right? This is the good one. So as a beginner, let's see.
Thank you.
Sure, go ahead. Sure. Question? Okay. So let's try another one. Let's say we get something like, let's try our second one, x squared minus 2x, right? We'll try to factor this. So again, we break down x squared, right? Only way to break down that will be x times x. No other way, right? We're gonna break down the power evenly, meaning we always end up with x times x. Always the case. And then let's break down 15, right? And then remember the middle term is -2. So here gotta be 3 and 5. But because it's -15, and we want -2, that means 5 must be negative, 3 must be positive. And 3 times 5 gives us -15. And if you add them, -5 adding 3 gives us -2, which is the middle one, right? Middle coefficient. So now we confirm all three terms. X times x is first term, 3 times -5 is the last term, middle term, plus 3x plus 3x, right? Cross multiplying. -5 times x is -5x. If we combine them, 3 minus 5 is -2x. I see there also confirmed middle term. So the all three terms is confirmed. So get a correct factoring, correct combination, right? Put this in the parentheses, put this in the parentheses. So the answer will be x plus 3, x minus 5. Yep, any question about this? Now let's take a look at the third one. Let's say we have something like 2x squared plus 10x and then minus 58. Now here, as you can see, it's still a trinomial. However, you can factor by GCF. We will factor by GCF. Yeah, that's a GCF, right? GCF here is 2 because all of them are even numbers. So you factor by 2 first. The 2 goes in front, x squared plus 5x minus 14. Now inside the parentheses, it's another trinomial. So we're gonna learn how to factor this, right? We break down x squared, x, and we break down -7, -14, right? It has to be 7 and 2. And then let's determine where to put a negative sign. This should be positive, this should be negative, because when you add those two numbers, you end up with a positive 5. That is why, you know, it has to be break down in such a way. It would be +7 and -2. So we confirm the first term, right? This is the first term, last term. In the middle term, we're going to cross multiply and confirm that +7 times x is +7x, -2 times x is -2x. When you combine that, it's 5x, positive. And you see middle term is positive 5x. That is confirmed. And we put into a couple parentheses, x plus 7, put in the first parenthesis, x minus 2, put in the second parenthesis, 2 times x plus 7, minus 3. So any question about this?
Is there any way to like get that answer without doing that whole like diagram with the X's? Because that I think that makes me more confused.
Um,
Or do we have to use that?
to be honest with you, this is the easiest thing to do, you know, or otherwise you can do this. All right, I'm gonna show you inside of this. The only thing is that that one is a lot more abstract. The other method in the textbook teach is this. So you're gonna do x squared plus 7x minus 2x minus 14. Here, you see, this plus 5x is equal to 7x minus 2x. Why 7 and 2? Because 14 could be break down as 7 times 2. That's why gotta be 7x minus 2x. Right? From there, you're gonna factor by grouping. Okay. So here, so factor by grouping, this one will be put x in the front. And will be x plus 7. Second one, put -2 in the front. Factor by GCF one more time. 2 x plus 7 minus 2. Same answer, right? No difference. Same answer like what we have here. But totally up to you. This is what the textbook is teaching. Textbook is teaching this method. But this is what I learned when I was learning the topic. I found this is a lot more effective. And also, drawing this diagram is like cross multiplying, right? And just arrange the first last term, right, in this particular diagram. That's how we factor things, you know. But again, you know, I think if maybe you try a couple more yourself, you'll get it. This is very good method to have.
Yeah, maybe if I try a couple of myself because
Yeah.
I think I'd rather learn that one than do all of that you just did.
Yeah, see, this is a lot more
Yeah.
work. And then this is it's like the most effective way, or like it takes less time to get the answer. Yeah, try a couple. Let's see. Let's try a couple. One is first. Maybe you get it right away. Let's try this one. First one, next one. First one. Let's factor x squared plus 8x having 12. And second one, let's try x squared minus x minus 30. Okay, so we try this directly. You can see how that goes. Okay, guys, let's go over the solution. So the first one, break down x squared, right? The only way to do that will be x times x. Draw the cross multiplication sign. And then break down the 12, right? Should be 2 times 6 because 2 times 6 is 12. 2 plus 6 is 8. So it has to be 6. And then we can cross multiply to double check, right? So plus 2 times x is plus 2x. Plus 6 times x is plus 6x. Combine them, we get 10. That means we confirm middle term, all three terms are confirmed. So that put in the parentheses. Right, so it will be x plus 2, x plus 6. And then for the second one, any question about this? Second one, similarly, right? Break down the x squared as x times x. Now we're gonna break down minus 30. It has to be 6 and 5 because 6 times 5 gives us 30, right? And the difference of these two numbers will be the middle term here is minus 1. Middle coefficient is minus 1. It has to be minus 6 added 5 because negative 6 added 5 gives us negative 1. So we can double check negative 6x, negative 6 times x, 6x, negative 5 times x, 5x. We combine them, 5x minus 6x minus, and two factors will be this, x minus 6, x plus 5. X minus 6, 5. Any question about this?
So are we mainly focusing on the whole number that doesn't have any terms on it, like the 12 and the 60? I mean, and the 30?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we break down this, you see, because
Yeah.
negative 30 equal to this times that. So negative 30 equal
Okay.
to negative 6 times 5, right? Times positive 5. That's why we decided to go with this. But again, at the very beginning, you may try something else. You may try 2 and 15. But you will realize, that does not work. It's not the proper one. So that's why we go back to the. So again, a trial and error, right? This is not unavoidable because I'm very experienced. So I know the correct combination right away. But for you guys, you're gonna try an error. Right? You may try a couple times, it doesn't work until you try the correct combinations. Because negative 30 can be written as negative 15 times 2, right? Positive 2. But that's not a correct combination. But you may try this one first, and then you realize that's not working. Then you try this one. So try and error is it's kind of like a necessary steps to get to this, to get a correct solution. All right, now let's take a look at a little bit more sophisticated ones. Let's go to next. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. Let's say if the leading coefficient is not 1, that will make it slightly more complicated. For example, like something like this. If you want to factor 6a squared plus 7a adding 2, as you can see, its leading coefficient is not 1 anymore, right? It's 6 in this case. So in this case, we're going to factor carefully, right? So we're going to break down 6a squared. as 2a times 3a. Again, you probably wonder, why not 1a times 6a? That also works. But I know the correct combination, so I'm just gonna go straight to the correct one, right? So 2a times 3a is the correct ones. So 2a and 3a here. And then also we're gonna break down the 2, right? 2 could be break down as positive 1 times positive of positive 2, right? That's all, which is good. That reduce some possible combinations here. So we'll do positive 2 here, positive 1 here. Think about it. If we do, let's say, positive 2 here and positive 1 here, we're going to check that in a second, right? You'll see the difference. As you can see, first term is confirmed, last term is confirmed. Let's confirm the middle term. So we do plus 1 times 3a, that's positive 3a. Plus 2 times 2a, that's positive 4a. We combine them, you get positive 3a plus 4a is 7a. Middle term confirmed. All three terms are confirmed. That means this is the correct combination here. Okay, so 2a plus 1, 3a plus 2. So this becomes 2a plus 1, 3a plus 2. And again, I'm going to try an error. I'm going to try to show you another trial, right? This one is another trial, meaning if I put a positive 2 on top and positive 1 on the bottom, and if we cross multiply, we're going to get positive 2 times 3a, positive 6a, right? And positive 1 times 2a, that's positive 2a. And once we combine them, we get positive a. But this is not good, right? Middle term is positive 7a. So positive AA is not good. So this is not a correct combination here. No good. So this is not good. That's what I mean by trial and error, right? Trial and error. Basically, you're gonna try. Maybe you don't get the correct answer right away. That's okay, right? Just try. You basically find the correct combination pretty quickly. If you stick to the method I just showed you. Yeah. Any question about this? Now let's look at the question number 2. Then we get a 4x squared minus x minus 3. And I'll try to factor this. But again, the only way to, actually, there's a couple of ways, right? But we could do factor 4x and 4x squared, 4x minus x. And also, we're gonna factor -3. Meaning, -3 could be -1 times positive 3. And now we're gonna put -1 here, positive 3 here. Because -1 times 3 gives us -3. That's one thing, right? And then we get the first term here, 4x times x, 4x squared. Plus 3 times -1 is 3. So the third term is confirmed. Now we're going to confirm the middle term by cross multiplying. So plus 3 x plus 3x. -1 times 4x is minus 4x. Combine them, 3x minus 4x is minus x. Then we get minus x, so it's 4x plus 3 and x minus 1. That's correct combination. 4x plus 3 and x. Any question about this? All right, let's try some of the questions on home assignments, right? You try this one first. Actually, trinomial. All right, guys. Let's take a 30-minute break. Come back at 10:45. All right, guys. Let's resume. Right. Let's go over the questions here. Just posted earlier before the break. All right. So first of all, break down the x squared as x times x. And we're gonna break down the 18, right? Minus 18. You gotta be positive 9. So of course, when you multiply those two numbers, we end up with negative 18. If you combine them, right, adding them, you get positive 7. And that's kind of like the shortcuts, right, to check it. This only works if the leading coefficient is 1. When the leading coefficient is not 1, then this method actually does, this shortcut does not work. And we have to cross multiply, right? So plus 9 times x plus 9x minus 2 times x minus 2x. Then when we combine them, then we end up with 7x, positive 7x. I will check 3 terms, right? First term, last term, and middle term. Now, let's put into the parentheses from there. So this x plus 9 in parentheses, x minus 2 in parentheses. So 2 factors of x plus 9. Any question about this? X 9, x minus 2. Let's look at, check it first. That's a problem 1. We did it. X, I checked it. X plus 9, x minus 2. Submit it. It's correct answer. Yeah, let's try this one. Okay. You're gonna factor by GCF first. GCF here is 4. So factor out of 4 first. I'll give it a couple minutes. Try this. Okay, let's go over the solution. First of all, GCF is 4. So that's factor by GCF first. 4 goes in front. X squared minus x minus 30. Now from there, we'll factor this trinomial here. So x, break down x squared as x times x. And that will be 6 and 5. Because the difference of those two numbers is -1, right? So it's going to be -6 plus 5. -6 times 5 is -30. And then when you combine them, we end up with a -1 next, -1. So that means all three terms are secured. So first term here, last term here, middle term we could double check. -6 times x minus 6x, adding 5x. By then, the -6 plus 5 is -x, which is the middle term. So all three terms from. And the top and bottom, right? The top is x minus 6, the bottom is x plus 5. So it will be 4 times x minus 6, x plus 5. Any question about this?
Yeah, how did you get -6 and 5?
Okay, so one more time, going back here, is -30. The two factors that, when you break down -30, right, you get 6 and 5, right? 6 times 5 is 30, right? And one of them got to be negative. So -6 and 5. Are you following so far?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And then if you look at this, why does it has to be 6 and 5? Because our middle term is negative x, meaning you only get -1. Meaning when you combine these two numbers, it should be -1. If you add in -6 plus 5, you get -1. That will match with the middle coefficient here. So the reason why we break down the -30 like this, because we want to make sure we can end up with the middle term when we cross multiplying. So like this would be here -6 times x is -6x, +5 times x is +5x. Combine them, you get -x. That is the middle term right here. And that's how we are assuring, this is the correct factoring here. Okay, does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, okay. And also, if you FOIL this, right? If you FOIL this term right here, you could get back to this for sure. So it takes some practice. I know it's not an easy method. So after we finish class today, work on home assignments, and it will definitely help you, reinforce what you learned today. And this is not easy topic. This is probably one of the most difficult topic in the algebra, in the basic algebra section. But I'm pretty sure you get this, right? Okay. Any other question? Yeah. I'm putting the answers as the 4 in front, right? And then first box will be x minus 6. Second box will be x minus 5. No, x plus 5. Factoring units expression is happy of GCF. No, actually they want a GCF in the first box. Put everything else in the second box. Okay, that will do it. Now let's see. factor this. Yeah, you try this right really quickly. It could be different variables, but it doesn't matter. Like you just factor like x, just like that. All right, let's go with the solution. So first of all, break down the a square. Only one way to break down n times n. No other way. And then let's break down the 20, right? Negative 20. We'll do 4 and 5. 4 times 5, right? But we're going to put negative sign either in front of 4, in front of 5. I think it's better putting in front of 5. So positive 4 times negative 5. Because when you adding these two numbers, negative 4, the positive 4 adding negative 5, you get negative. That's reason because the middle, the coefficient in front of the n is negative 1. So here we're going to do positive 4 and minus 5. Multiply them, you get negative 20. When you're adding them, you get negative 1. So let's cross multiply. So plus 4n minus 5n, 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Right, that's the negative n. That matches the middle term. It's got to be n plus 4 and minus 5. So yeah, n plus 4 is n minus 5. Any question about this? That is correct answer. Okay, and this one is very similar to the one we just did. I'm gonna skip it. Yeah, this is similar. No, actually, you know what? Let's try this one. Let's try to factor this one. So factor by GCF first, factor out the 4 first, and then factor the trinomial afterwards. Okay, try this one. Okay, let's go over the solution. So first of all, DCF is 4, right? So factor out of 4. Also C squared plus 4D minus 5. And inside of the parentheses, that is a trinomial, so we factor that using the method we've been using so far. So break down the Z square, right? It'll be Z times C. And then break down the negative 5. Negative 5 could break down as positive 5 times negative 1. So positive 5 here, minus 1 here. You multiply them, you get negative 5. You add in them, you get positive 3. So here, cross multiplying, you get plus 5Z minus 1Z. By then, you get positive 4Z. So first term, last term, middle term, right? So it'll be Z plus 5, Z minus 1. This 4 times Z, 5, Z minus 1. Any question about this? What is 5, Z minus 1? It's submitted. Is the correct answer. This is very similar, so we're gonna skip a couple of them. Yeah, this one we did it earlier. Yes. move on to 6.3. Let's look at a little more sophisticated ones. Meaning when the leading coefficient is not 1. More trinomial factors. Start with the question 1, right? Let's say we have 2x squared plus 1x minus 28. I'm going to do one of these, and you guys try another one in a second. So right here, we start with the factory 2x squared, right? So that's only one way to do this, is 2x times x. And for the other number, minus 28, there are several ways of doing this. A lot of ways, actually. But so let's try 4 and 7, right? 4 times 7 is 28. I'm going to put a negative sign. Say we'll put negative sign in front of 7, positive sign in front of 4. Now the middle, remember the middle term is positive 1x. So we need to get 8x, right? And 7x. So if you do 2x times 4, we get 8x, positive 8x. Negative 7 times x gives us minus 7x. Combine them, we get a positive 1x. So the first term we break down like that, right? First term. Last term we break down as positive 4 times negative 7. Middle term, we gotta confirm that. So we do minus 7 times x, negative 7x. 2x times 4 is positive 8x. And combine them, that's positive 1x. That means this is a correct factory. Right? Again, most of the time do not expect to get this answer right away, right? Because I have a lot of experience. I have been doing this for many years, so that's why that's why I'm more effective in terms of solving the problem. But for most of you guys, if you just learn the method, it'll take a little bit while to get used to all the different factors, different factorings, and to become effective at this, right? So just be patient. You'll get there once you get some practice. And so the 2 factor will be 2x minus 7, x plus 4, right? So the answer is 2x minus 7. Any question about this? No question? Okay, very good. 2x minus 7, x plus 4. For me, the answer is that's correct answer, right? I'd like to try one of them, right? Let's see. You guys try this one, see if you can get it. Right. All right, let's go over the solution. First of all, break down the 5x square will be f 5x times h. Next thing, break down the negative 12. It could be 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. But in this case, the correct one will be 4 times 3. It's going to be positive 4 and negative 3. Okay. I'm going to put positive 4 here, negative 3 here, because 4 times 5, that's 20x. Negative 3 times x is minus 3x. We get a positive 20x minus 3x. That is 17x. Key thing is to get the middle term. That's why you get a b4 times 3. And then negative 3 got to be negative, and the positive 4 is positive. And so in that case, we secure all three terms, right? First term, last term, middle term, right? So all three terms is secured. So so we get this and this. So 5x 3 x plus 4. Okay. And any question about this?
I was gonna say, you really have to pay attention to the placement because I did the same thing, but instead I got it wrong because I did -4 and +3.
Exactly. Very good. That's exactly Sarah. Very good. Thanks for bringing up that. Actually, if you just swap a little bit, right? Let's say you do 5x and x. If let's say you just switch the position, even you have the right one, right? Let's say you put positive 4 here, minus 3 here, then this is not correct, right? Because negative 3 times 5x is negative 15x, positive 4 times x is positive 4x. When you combine them, that's negative 11x. That does not match with the middle, right? So this is not good. Also, so this is just one incorrect arrangement, as Sarah just pointed out. So here the thing is try and error, right? That's why this method will give you, let's say, you come up with the incorrect combination or incorrect arrangement, because the method is quite effective. So it doesn't waste too much time. So you can move on to next possible combination or next possible arrangement, and eventually you get the correct answer, right? Just that sometimes you just have to rearrange it a little bit. Like this one, if you realize this is not working, rearrange it. Like what I did here, right? Rearrange it. Then maybe you get the answer right away. Yeah, well, not right away. Maybe you moving closer to the answer. So that's the thing. But once you practice enough amount, you will get a very accurate intuition. This is kind of like once you play around with the number a little, sufficient amount of questions, practice sufficient amount of questions, you get a very accurate intuition to put it to get a possible a correct arrangement very quickly. So 5x minus 3, x plus 4. Submitted, and it's correct answer. Yeah, let's let me see. I'll try one more and let you, and then you guys, yes, I'll try this one, and you guys try the last one. Okay. Factor completely possible. Be sure to factor out the GCF. There's no GCF here, so we don't have to do that. Right? So break down the 3x, 3x and x. That's the only way to do it, right? And then 28 is positive 28. However, if you look at the middle term, it's minus. That indicates we gotta use both negative numbers, right? Otherwise, we won't be able to get negative 19 here. So let me see, 214. No, that doesn't work. 47, yes, 47 works. Okay, positive, so minus 4 times minus 7, right? Okay, now we're gonna do negative 4 here, negative 7 here. Why is that? Because I just double check. 3x times minus 4 is minus 12x. Minus 7 times x is minus 7x. When you combine them, that's minus 19x. So that's why this is the middle term, right? It matches to the middle term. So the first term is here, last term is here, middle term is here. So basically, we are confirming all three terms. And then after that, we're putting it proper text. Parentheses 3x minus 7 was first, x minus 4 was second. And if you arrange these two numbers in a different order, then that's not working, right? Let's say you put negative 4 on top, negative 7 on bottom, negative 4 times x is minus 4x. Negative 7 times 3x minus 21x. Combine them is negative 25x. And that's not good, right? That does not match. That means if that happens, that means you are very close to the answer because these two are kind of close. Then you probably just need to rearrange it. Just switch the order. And you get a correct answer. Okay. So any question about this? So it's 3x and 7 and x minus 4. And the answers is correct answer. Now you guys try the last one, right? I think it's not that bad. You just arrange it properly. That's all, right? All right, let's go over the solution here. So basically, first one we factor by bring down the 2y squared, right? Y. For 4 minus 4, it's gonna be 4 times probably 1. 2 and 2 doesn't work, right? You never work. So if you let's say you try 2 and 2 first, let's say you try negative 4 equals to 2 minus 2, you will see it will never work. So you're gonna put negative 2 here, or 2 here, then you can get 2 times y is 2y, or 2y minus negative 2 times 2y is 4y. That's negative 2y. You see, it's not even close, right? It's not very close. That means it's not working, so that's why you're going to try negative 4 times probably 1. Negative 4 goes here, probably 1 goes here. And from there, we get a first term, and then last term. Middle term will confirm that, right? So cross multiplying probably 1 times y, probably 1y. So negative 4 times 2y is minus 8y. Combine them, 1 minus 8 is minus 7y. The first term, last term, middle term, all three are confirmed. But 2y plus 1, y minus 4. So the answer is 2y plus 1, y minus 4. Any question about this? And second box, y. I should just put in that terms. We don't need the parentheses here. So 1 minus 4. Yep, that works. All right, so that's the correct answer. Now let's take a look at next section, right? Still factoring, but it's called the difference of two squares. And I'm going to show you how to factor the difference of two squares. So 6.4, it's on difference of two squares. Usually we have two square terms, and then we want to factor that. So to come from this, right? Let's say we have something like a squared minus b squared, right? And we know that it becomes a plus b, a minus b. We can easily verify this, right? Actually, we can look at it as like trinomial, something like a squared plus 0ab minus b squared. Now we can factor like put 0 in front of the ab. And then we can factor this as a times a, and minus b squared would be b and positive b. Now if you combine them, right, so we get positive ab minus ab, that cancel each other, you know, is 0. That's why the 0 ab in the middle. So that means two factors would be a plus b, a minus b. So the method we learn from the trinomial, right, actually works here to confirm this y has to be factor like this, a plus b, a minus b. And this is how you prove it. You just prove it using the method we learned from the trinomial. Now let's take a look at examples, right? Example 1. Let's say 1 factor 16x squared minus 25. So we're going to turn into a difference of two squares. So 16x squared becomes 4x squared. 4 squared is 16, right? And 25 will be 5 squared. Now this is the a squared minus b squared. Now it will be a 4x plus 5 and then 4x minus 5. All right, and that's how we basically simplify this. And the second one, let's say we have something like 36a squared minus 1. And again, we're going to turn it as 6a squared because 36 is 6 squared. Right? 36 equals 6 squared. So 6 squared and then times a squared, that becomes, we move out the exponent outside, right? And we get 6a parentheses squared minus 1 squared. Now this is a squared minus b squared. The a plus ba minus b, 6a plus 1, 6a minus 1. Any question about this? Okay, now let's look at one more. Let's say we have something like the one is x fourth minus y to the fourth. And this still could be converted to a difference of two squares, right? Because x to the fourth equals to x squared squared. Y to the fourth equal to y squared squared. Then x squared squared minus y squared squared. Now here, so it's a difference of two squares. We get x squared plus y squared. It's x squared minus y squared. A plus b, a minus b. And after that, we still got a factor, right? Because this is still a difference of two squares. And we cannot factor this, right? This one, leave as is, because it's the sum of two squares. We cannot factor sum of the two squares, right? Sum of two squares are not factorable. But difference of two squares is factorable. So square times y square, carry over that. That's x plus y, x minus 1. Any question about this? All right, so let's try this, right? Let's try this. First one, x factor x squared minus 49. Right? Difference of two squares. Second one, 9a squared and 16b squared. Third one, a to the fourth minus b to the fifth. All right, so let's try this. Okay, so let's go over the solution. The first one, you're gonna rewrite it as x squared minus 7 squared. From there, we know that it's gonna be x plus 7, x minus 7. And the second one, you're gonna rewrite it as 3a minus c squared. 3a squared equals 9a squared minus 4b c squared. Again, from there, you add a subtract, right? 3a plus 4b, 3a minus 4b. And the third one, rewrite a to the fourth as a squared squared minus b squared squared. It's a difference of two squares, right? So it would be b squared plus b squared, a squared minus b squared. Now that's another difference of two squares here. So we're going to factor that one more time. A squared plus b squared. Now this is a plus b, a minus b. Any question about this? And now let's take a look at the second type. It's called a perfect square. How to factor the perfect square. So perfect square typically look like this: a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And this becomes, remember, we can factor this, right? So a times a, right? Write down the first term, write down last term as plus b times plus b, because middle one is plus sign. And the cross multiply, we get plus ab plus ab. So this is 1ab plus another ab, so it's 2ab plus 2ab. So that all three terms are confirmed, right? First term, last term, and middle. So the a plus b, then it becomes a perfect square. So it's a plus b squared. So it's pretty much like factoring a trinomial, right? So it turned out to be a perfect square. So also, like if the middle sign is minus, let's say we get a squared minus 4ab plus b squared. Very similar. We're going to break down a squared as a times a. Because middle term is minus, so that'll be both negative b, right? Negative b times negative b is over b squared. When you combine them, it's minus 2b, which is in the middle coefficient. And cross multiply minus ab, minus ab. It's minus 1ab, minus 1ab, minus 2ab. That turned out to be a minus b, a minus b. So it's a minus b times a minus b. And this turned out to be a minus b squared. And that is why, although it's a perfect square, but it's pretty much like factoring trinomial. And let's say we get something, so let's look at some of the examples. Example 1. So we get x squared minus 2x minus plus 1. Right? So this is the perfect square. Again, we just break down x squared as x times x. Break down positive 1 as negative 1 minus negative 1. Goes here, negative 1 goes here. And I cross multiply with them. 1x minus 1x is minus 2x. And that's the, this is the middle term, first term here, last term here. X minus 1, minus 1, this one, this one. And this becomes perfect square, x minus 1 squared. Any question about this? Okay, now let's look at another one, right? Let's say we get something like 9y squared minus 30y plus 45. You probably didn't realize this is a perfect square, but we can confirm that, right? So this is actually 3y squared, right? So this is 3y squared minus 30y plus 5 squared. That's why this, this probably is a perfect square, right? Because we can turn the first and last term as a perfect term. So now let's factor, right? 3y and 3y. And the last one gotta be both minus, right? Minus 5 and minus 5. Multiply them, you get probably 25. When you cross multiplying, you get minus 15y, 15y. Yeah, and then combine them, you get minus 31. And so that means it's 3y minus 5, 3y minus 5. This is 3y minus 5 and 3y. This is perfect square, 3y minus 5. Any question about this? Okay, we try a couple, right? This first one is a squared minus 10a adding 25. Second one, 25x squared minus 60y adding 36. Try this. And let's go over the solution here. The first one, break down a squared as a times a. Break down because middle one is minus 10a, so that'll be minus 5. And cross multiply, let's confirm minus 5a, 5a that's 10a. So middle term is confirmed. So all three terms checked. So it's a minus 5, a minus 5. That's why it's a perfect square. A minus 5 is a square. And the second one, similarly, break down 25x squared, 5x, x, break down 36 minus -6 and -6. Because middle one is minus. So then we cross multiply minus 30x, 30. Oh, this is x, right? It's not y. So minus 30x. So then combine them, you get minus 60x. Right? From the middle term, it'll be 5x minus 6, 5x. 5x minus 6 minus 5x minus 6 is perfect square 5x minus 6. All right. Any question about this? Let's go back to the let's look at 6.4, silent difference of two squares. So let's look at first one, right? This is difference of two squared, but x plus 2y squared minus let's go over solution. So it will be minus 1 squared, right? We're gonna realize this. So it means x plus 2y adding 1, x plus 2y minus 1. So only you see two terms, right? Two terms and both perfect square that affect the difference of two squares. That's how you know. That's how you distinguish from factoring the difference of two squares or the factoring the perfect squares. Go back here for your answer. In the first box, we do x plus 2y adding 1. The second one, we do x plus 2y minus 1. The answer is correct. Let's take a look at, so this is perfect square. You try this, again, factor to the difference of two squares. Okay, let's go over the solution. For this one, we're going to turn it as 5p squared minus 8y squared. Now it becomes a difference of two squares. It will be 5p squared minus 8y and 5p squared plus 8y. Any question about this? 5p squared plus minus 8y. The order does not matter. You can write the negative term first or positive term first. It really doesn't matter. Plus 8y. And let's submit the answers. It's good. Let's skip this one. It's very similar. Okay, let's just do one more, right? Which is the last one. Let's try this one. And first of all, for this one, you're gonna factor by GCF first. There's a common factor between them, right? Between these two numbers. Factor by GCF. And after that, factor the difference of two squares. Okay, so let's go over solution. The GCF here is going to be 7. Once you factor out 7 for x squared, that becomes a 2 perfect square, 2x squared, and minus 3 squared. So that it becomes 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. Any question about this? Three x plus 3, 2x minus 3. And that's the middle answer. It's correct answer. Okay. So now we're going to talk about solving equation by factoring. Solving equations by factoring. That's maybe the last topic we talk about today. So again, it's about factoring. So we always factor first. And after that, you solve the variables. And let's look at how that goes. Since sections 6.7 in the textbook. 6.7 is on the solving equations by factoring. So basically, we have a any equation, right? You reach we call this quadratic equation. something like ax squared plus bx is equal 0, right? And then here a is not 0. This is called quadratic equation. It's very famous term, right? Quadratic equation. And we're gonna, and this is standard form of the quadratic equation standard form. And basically, we're gonna turn into two factors, right? Like how we factor trinomials. So, and after that, after we factor this, we use the zero factor property. Let's say we get an x squared plus a plus bx plus ab, right, equals 0. And here, this is a typical trinomial that we just break down the x squared as x times x. AB would be plus a plus b, right? And cross multiply, we get a plus ax plus bx. And factor out of x, we get a plus b x, which is the middle term. So we get two factors, x plus a, x plus b. And once you have two factors, then we can use zero factor property, setting x plus a equals 0, solve for x, and setting x plus b equals 0, and solve for x. That's how we apply the zero factor property. And we solve for x minus a, cancel that, x equal to negative a, minus b, x equal to negative b. So basically, we end up with the two solutions. And if you let's look at the actual example, right, with the real numbers. Here we are assuming both a and b are numbers, right? And let's look at how we apply this in the example 1. Let's say we have something like x squared plus 5x, 6 equals 0. So this is a typical quadratic equation. So we factor first, factor the break down the x squared, x times x, break down the positive 6, so it'll be positive 2, positive 3. Multiply them, we get 6, adding them, we get 5. And then we cross multiply and plus 2x. Finally, we get positive 5x. And we got x plus 2, x plus 3, right? 3x, x plus 2. And 3. Factor first, a couple steps, right? 2 steps. First one, factor trinomial, and after that, I use the zero factor property, solve for x. So, secondly, use the zero factor property. Solve for the variable. Solve for any variable, could be x, could be y, to solve for the variable. Just 2 steps. And second step, right? So we finish the first step. Second step is setting x plus 2 equals 0. Setting x plus 3 equals 0, right? Because for these two to be 0, either one of them or both of them become 0, then it works, right? Then we solve for x, subtract 2 here, x equal negative 2. Subtract 3 here, and x equal to 2. So we get a couple solutions, right? Because of quadratic equations, so usually we have two solutions based on this power to the second. Now let's take a look at another example. Let's say we have something like example 2. We get 2x squared, 5x equal to 12. Now this is still a quadratic equation, right? But the constant is on the right hand side, so we're gonna convert it. So first of all, we solve from both sides of the equation. And isolate. Basically, we get the right hand side, make it 0. Okay? 2x squared 5x. Now from here, we're gonna factor this trinomial. So 2x, break down 2x squared, 2x plus x. And break down the -12. And it will be 4 and 3. It will be -4 and +3. -4 goes here, +3 goes here. And if you cross multiply, you get +3x minus -4 times 2x is -8x. Combine them, it becomes -5x. And we check the second term, first term, last term, second term. So it's all good. It's all confirmed. So we get 2x plus 3 minus 4 equals 0. And now from here, just set each factor equals 0. So for x 3 equals 0, x minus 4 equals 0. Each one of these is a linear equation with one variable. Solve for the variable x. So 3 here. So that's 2x 3. And divide 2 from both sides of the equation. X equal to -0. Here are 4 from both sides of the equation. X equal to 4. Any question about this? Okay, and the third type, it should be a difference of 2 squares. So go on like this. Let's say we have 16a squared minus 25 0. Then in order to solve for this, then the left hand side, the difference of 2 squares, you can rewrite it as 4a squared minus 5 squared equal to 0, and 4a 5, 4a minus 5. And from there, we just use a zero factor property, right? So factor first, factor the difference of 2 squares, and solve for the unknown. 4a 5 equals 0, 4a minus 5 equals 0. Now we solve for a. Subtract 5, 4a equals 5. And here adding 5. Let's finish solving this. Divide 4 first. A equal 3, and the 5 equals 3. For the other one, adding 5 on both sides of the equation, 4a equal to 5. And divide both sides of the equation by 4. A equal to 5. So two solutions. And then third type, this is second type, right? Third type, it could be something like this: 4x squared equal to ax. And then we want to solve for x. So first of all, we're gonna move both terms to the left hand side. So ax. Then cancel the ax on the right hand side, turn it to 0 on the right. So 4x squared equals ax. Now from here on the left, we factor about GCF. It's not difference of 2 squares, it's not trinomial. So GCF is the main thing we can do. So GCF is 4x. So 4 and 8 is 4. X squared and x is x. So it's x minus 2. Now again, we get a couple factors, and using the zero factor property, solve for x. First one you set y is equal to 0. The other one you set 0. Then we solve for x. First one divide 4 from both sides of the equation. Cancel out x equals 0. Second one add 2 from both sides of the equation. X equals 2. So 0 and 2. So let's go back to 6.7. I'll let you guys try some of the questions here. On 6.7. Solving equation by factor. Let's start with the problem 1. Yeah, this one is factored by GCF, right? Try this one first. Since we just did it. Right. Now let's go over the solution here. So, first one, a factor by GCF. So A is GCF. So the A and B zero. Now from there, so basically set each factor equals 0, A equals 0, and AN plus 15 equals 0. Now let's solve for N. This is already the solution, right? So use 15 for the second one, AN equals negative 15. And divide A from both sides of the equation. N equals 2 minus 15 over 8. So two solutions, 0 and 1. This one and this one. Minus 15/8. Any question? Send me the answers. Correct. And now let's using the enter the solution. The answer should have the fit. Okay, so let's try this one. This is trinomial here, a quadratic equation. Factor first, and I solve the x. Let's go over solution. Factor first, x will be positive 3, negative 2. Because when you combine them, you get positive 1x. That's the middle term. So this is positive 3x minus 2x. That's a positive. So first term, last term, middle term. And the true factor should be x plus 3, x minus 2. Now we use zero factor property. 3 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0, and solve for x. Subtract 3 here. X equals 3. Add 2 here. Equal probably 2. And then we're going to write the answer as x. 3 or equal to 2. Any question about this? Equal - 3 or x equal to 2. Yeah, that's what they want you to answer. Yeah, that's good. Now let's look at the next question. Let's try this. So you're going to move both terms on the right hand side to the left hand side first, and then factor by GCF. And solve for x. Let's go over solution. So first of all, you will add 3x minus 6 on both sides of the equation. Minus 6 minus 3x on the right as well. On the right hand side, everything gets cancelled. 3x plus 3x minus 6, 0. And here you can factor right away, but it's easier if you just divide everything by 3. Get rid of the common factors here. Because I noticed that everything is divisible by 3. So cancel 3 here. So 3, 6 over 3 becomes minus 2. So x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. Now, once you do that, it's a lot simpler to factor at this level, right? So now let's factor x squared. That will be 2 and 1. One of them is positive 2, only 1. Cross multiply the positive 2x minus 1x, it's 1x positive middle term. So two factors, x plus 2x minus 1. So each factor equals 0, so for x equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0. Here, x equals -2. Adding 1 here, x equals 1. Okay, there are a couple of solutions, -2 and 1. Any question about this? They're separate by comma, actually. No, actually, they want to, again, they want this, like, they want to input this, like the last question, x equals to 1. So this answer is going to be equally like this. Yeah, just like the previous question. Any question about this? All right, let's try one more and then we end class. Yeah, this one we get a kind of distribute it first and then move everything to the left and solve for x from there. Okay. Let me just screenshot this. I'll give you a couple minutes for this. I will quickly go over the solution. And from here, first of all, we will for your distribute the left hand side. So x times x square times 3 or 3 or 54. So 54 on both sides of the equation. I'll cancel that x squared minus 3x minus 54 equals 0. Now factor the trinomial on the left. This one becomes x 9 and 6, right? 9 times 6 is 54 minus 9 plus 6. And you cross multiply minus 9x and 6x. That is minus 3x. Middle term. So two factors, x minus 9, x plus 6. I get two solutions. 0, 6 equals 0. Adding 9 on the left. X equals 9. Plus 6. X equals -6. Okay. Any questions about this? Equal to 9 or x equal to -6. Okay, and I will stop here today, and we will continue tomorrow, right? So your homework will be all the exercise from chapter 6, right? So you should finish all the homework from chapter 6 before tomorrow. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wait, Professor.
Bye.
Yes.
Hey, are you able to tell the percentage of homework we all have done so far? Or you just calculate it at the end?
You want to know yours, right, Kareem?
Yeah, like how much I got so far so I can know
Sure, I can.
the amount of time I will have left to finish.
Okay, sure. I will tell you right now. I'm going to your account now. Korean, I don't think I find your name in the homework system. Hold on, right? Let me share screen with you. It's not there though. Do you go by another name in the homework system? I went through that. I don't. Oh, it's here. It's here. My bad. Yeah, it's here. I saw it. Yeah, you did a fairly good amount, but still, right? You still gotta make up some of the questions, some of the homework assignments, like 3.6, 3.1, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 5.1, 5.1. And so right now your average is 47%. So it should be it should bump up to 70%. As soon as in your homework system it shows 70%, then you're good.
All right, thank you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions?
I had a question.
Yes.
I wanted to know if most of the things you're teaching us are gonna be on the final exam.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Are you gonna
Mhm.
are you gonna like before the final exam? I think it's this week. Are you gonna help us like kind of like go over topics
Yes.
that will like, certainly be on it?
Sarah, we're gonna review on Wednesday, right? So Wednesday we're gonna spend the entire class reviewing for the final. And Professor Dawes already posted the final exam review. But don't worry, we'll go over that together, right? One by one in class. And then you'll see all the questions will be similar to what we did in class.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, sure. We'll get that on Wednesday. Any other questions? If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow.